Hey all you Let's Play fans, Baltus MC bringing you more Super Metroid Hydellius. And it's been a while, hasn't it? Yeah, I know, it seems like I start off every episode anymore by saying that. But thankfully though, this time my absence wasn't due to my computer deciding to explode on me, which, oh, don't bring that back up. That still hits a sore spot with me. Yeah, it was just a really busy semester this time around. It's the same for a lot of my friends as well. They're just saying they're having a really rough year. I had two 15-minute live shows to produce for my studio television class, and then one big overarching project to do for my capstone class. Now, for those of you that don't know what a capstone class is, it's essentially a class that you have to take in order to finish off your degree. So, since I'm a comm major, everybody in the class had to do something comm-related, like a research paper if you're a media studies or journalism student, or a video or audio production if you're a media production student, which that's what I am. So I decided to do a video production, since it seemed simple enough. I didn't have to write a big-ass paper. It's something like 12 pages long, and you had to use a minimum of 15 sources, which, like, fuck that. And it's like, if I did a video production, I didn't have to do a presentation. All I had to do was just show off what I produced, and then that's that. So, it's like, it should be simple, because I had an idea that I was wanting to do, since I love doing documentaries. So I got everything together, and presented it to the teacher, and he just flat out told me, it's like, that's going to be boring, nobody's going to watch that. And I'm like, excuse me? What the fuck did you just say to me? And it's like, he was telling me, yeah, for a documentary, you can't just have people sitting in front of a camera and talking. I'm like, like every documentary I ever watched is that, so I don't know what the hell he was on. So yeah, he pretty much shamed me out of doing that project. I'm like, alright, fine. It's like he gives us the whole month of October not to have class, just to work on our project, so I'm like, I have plenty of time. So I came up with another idea at the start of October, and I thought this was really good. It's another documentary idea, and I brought it to him, and he also said that was boring. I'm like, well, what the hell do you want? And he's like, well, essentially I want something like King of Kong. I don't know if any of you have seen that documentary, but that's a pretty good one. He wanted something that was live and in the moment. I'm like, you only gave me a month to do this shit, and he wants me to follow somebody around and do a documentary on him? It's like, and it has to be interesting. It's like, there's no way I could do that shit in a month's time. So I had a couple other ideas that he shot down as well, and all the while, it's like October is just flying by, and I'm running out of time. I have to have a rough cut together by the start of November. And it's like, shit, he keeps eating up all my time. If he keeps doing this, I'm not going to have time to produce anything. So it wasn't until like the second to last week of October that I finally came up with an idea. And I didn't bother getting his approval on it, because at this point I'm just really fucking pissed off at him. But I get this idea together, I write the script down in one day, I come up with a location, because I went out and scouted locations, and I got everyone together for it. I started contacting all my friends, trying to get everyone together that I'd need. It's like I came up with a small crew, got all my supplies together for it, and I did all this within a week, and even got props together. So I ended up spending quite a bit of money making this happen. But I finally have the date set that I'm going to film. And I only had one day to film. Well, technically two, since two of the scenes were going to be shot at my home. I managed to get the actor that I would need for that was playing the main role. I managed to get him to come over the night before that we were going to film to do those scenes. So I got lucky on that. So I brought him over, got those scenes out of the way, and then comes to the day of filming. Now, the day of filming, I'm dealing with a lot of clouds outside, and it's on the verge of raining the entire time. It's like we had little spats here and there that had stopped filming, but it just kept threatening to just downpour on us. So I got everyone together that Saturday, because I shot the night before on Friday, and I got everyone together that Saturday, and I started doing filming there, and we didn't have a whole lot of time to do rehearsals or anything. We just had to go with it, and so I got that scene. I got the first couple scenes done at the first location, and then we went to the cemetery for like the last scene, and that was crazy because my main actor, he's a crazy guy. But he was being like super rowdy out there in the cemetery. Everyone was just looking at us. He's like jumping off headstones and shit. And I'm like, what are you doing, man? I started getting really nervous that I was going to get kicked out of there by somebody. So I just rushed through the last scenes. And they didn't come out that well, but I managed to work with them in the end. But I got everything done. I took everyone out to pizza afterwards. Thank them for helping me out. And it wasn't... We weren't there for like half an hour. We hadn't started filming that long ago. And all of a sudden we all look out the window and this rain just starts coming down super heavy. And it doesn't stop until the next day. So I got really lucky on the timing there. And once I got it done, I had everything together for the rough cut, thankfully. And then he gave us all of November to finish polishing it up for the final production. So I'm like, alright, since I didn't get everything that I wanted to get done for my video, it's like I'll just get everyone together, do some like additional dialogue recording, and maybe do a couple more shots, because I didn't do like establishing shots or anything. But wouldn't you know it, right after that weekend, the very next weekend, record fucking snowstorm hits the area. And it was like 8 inches of snow. It was insanity. But yeah, that pretty much put a kibosh on me doing any more additional filming. And then I even had problems with my... because there was one actress that was gonna do like the voice for somebody on the phone. And I had her put together to do the recording because she said she was fine with it. And then I got everything together, asked her, alright, can you come over at this time to do the filming? And she kept putting it off. And eventually she said, alright, I'm going to be over in a half hour to do the recording. And at that point, I'm out and about, so I wasn't expecting her to all of a sudden message me. I'm like, well, shit, can you come over in like a half hour then? Because then I'll be home. And then she just went off on me for no reason. I got it resolved in the end, though. Don't worry about that. It's like, thankfully, though, she did apologize for that. But I had to come up with a new actress. So I got a friend in Canada to do the voice recording for me. Then I got all that put together. And then I spent all this time in November working on this project. Finally got it finished off. And I showed it in class. And it had to be... The video project had to be between 8 and 10 minutes long. Well, mine ended up being 12 and a half minutes long. So the teacher was already giving me hell for that. And he's like, oh, you should cut it down because... You know, I'm pretty sure there's a lot that you can cut out of it. I'm like, I stared at it for hours, son of a bitch. There's nothing I can cut out of this. Well, anyways, I show the project in class. I'm already a little upset about how everything went with it. And, show it to everyone, and they loved it. They actually ended up liking the project. So I was thankful for that. I mean, even the teacher was like, I didn't see one thing that you could have cut out of that. It was really good. Your actors were really good. And then once that was done, I just felt so fucking relieved. Because that project, God, that teacher gave me such hell. But I was just so glad when that project was out of the way. Because it just ate up so much of my time, made me stress. It just lost a lot of my sanity. Because yeah, that's essentially what I did for all of October and November. It wasn't until like halfway through November that I looked over and said... at one of my friends and said, oh shit, did Halloween just pass? Because I didn't realize it. But once I got that done, then I was able to focus on my 2 other live shows. Which, speaking of one of those live shows, holy shit. It was a pain in the ass because that record snowstorm that I was telling you about, I have my studio television class on Saturdays, like in the morning. And then that snowstorm hit the Friday before, and that caused closures on campus. So they canceled a lot of classes. And since my show, I was doing a restaurant and I was bringing in food to show off during the last segment. I emailed my teacher saying, are we going to have class or is it going to be canceled? Because I need to know now, because I need to get food from this restaurant, and it's going to cost me something like $40. So I need to know now if we're going to have class. So he emails me back and he says, yeah, I expect to have class, don't worry about it. I'm like, alright, fine. So I go out and get the food, get everything together for this class, and that was a stress in its own because they ended up getting, they forgot something in my order, but thankfully though they drove by later on and delivered to me in person when they were closing up. So that was kind of nice of them. They even gave me a $20 off gift card for next time that I was coming in. So I'm like, thankful for that. I get all the food together and make sure everything's set, and I go to bed. And sure enough, I wake up the next morning and I look over at my phone because I have my school email linked up to my phone. And sure enough, there's an email from the teacher saying, oh, don't worry about coming into class, because I decided to cancel class due to the weather. So I'm like, son of a bitch, I have $40 worth of food here. What the hell am I going to do with all this? So yeah, my show got moved until next Saturday, and I had to buy all that food all over again. Thankfully, though, I had that $20 gift card, so it only cost me $20 this time around. That was still a pain in the ass, so I ended up spending $60 altogether for that show. But it ended up being, from what the teacher said, one of the best shows that we had that semester. So I guess it was worth it. Yeah, needless to say, though, for my second live show, I decided to do something that was a bit more free. Because it's like, fuck all that noise. Yeah, and all the while this is going on, I had my birthday that happened at the end of November as well. So yeah, it was a pretty uneventful birthday, to be honest. It's like when you reach 29, it's like you don't really celebrate it anymore. Like, yeah, I'm an old bastard, I'm about to hit 30. And everyone's gonna go, ew, gross, you're 30. It's like, shut the fuck up. Make me feel all self-conscious and shit. But yeah, I didn't really get much for my birthday. Just went out and had a nice dinner. But it was just really insane. That's pretty much my semester in a nutshell. It's like, well, how about you guys, though? Any of you have a crazy semester this time? It just seemed like everybody I talked to was just really downtrodden this time around. But yeah, it's like everything that I was doing, the live shows were a lot of fun to do. It's like I never have a problem with those. It's like I always like being a host and doing my shows. Because, hey, I have a little bit of experience doing on-camera shit, as you can see. But it was just a lot of fun. I mean, when I look back on it, it was a lot of fun. Going through it, not a lot of fun. It's like I haven't had stress like that in forever. Thankfully, though, it wasn't like last semester where I had to pull any all-nighters. Managed to get everything done on a timely manner. Even starting as late as I did on that one capstone class. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about that. It's like, Jesus, they took up the entire video talking about that bullshit. Well, there's not much else going on here, as you can see, just going around collecting items. That's pretty much my main gripe about this game. Is it's fun to play. I mean, that's the reason why I started Let's Playing it to begin with. But I feel like it draws on a little too long. For Metroid hacks, I feel like they need to be, you know, between 3-4 hours long. Any longer than that, I feel like they kind of drag out. Because Super Metroid itself, I mean, it was meant to be a fast-paced game. I mean, that's why there's this whole speedrunning community revolved around it. It's like, games like Metroid Prime, though, they could be a little more slow-paced. Because that's just the nature of Prime. But yeah, this game, I just feel like it goes on a little bit too long. That and it still has a lot of polishing to do. I mean, I went through and I beat this game the other day, and I found out that my item totals don't exactly match what they're supposed to. And I'm like, ah, fuck it. I've showed you everything up to this point. Something might have gotten mixed around when I had to get somebody else to do play through the game for me to get back to where I left off. but who the hell knows? It's like, I'm not going to worry about it. I've shown you every item that you can get as I was going through the game. So there are going to be, you know, item totals that don't match up or anything. But I'm not going to worry about it. At this point, I just want to get this game done and over with. It's been going on for far too long. Yeah, and for those of you that are wondering when you fight Ridley, that is coming up. Because once I get done with all the item hunting, I'm actually going to be heading right over towards him. And then once you beat him, you actually head straight towards the end of the game from there. And hey, finally picked up this missile that was here all that time ago. I mean, you could have gotten that earlier. I've seen somebody do it. But I don't like worrying myself about getting that. Alright, we have a little bit of time. Might as well extend this out a little more. It's like I'm gonna, since I have the free time now between semesters, it's like I'm gonna try and get a lot of recording done. Because I've been really missing this. It's like Let's Playing for me is a good stress reliever, but since I didn't have the time to work on doing Let's Plays because of all my projects, it's like I just had everything building up. So yeah, if you want to know what to get me for Christmas, give me a shitload of beer. Alright, you got a super missile hidden back here. Now what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to meet you back up there in the ship at the start of the next episode, because as you saw, we unlocked the red gate, which is up there, and we're going to have to see what's hiding behind that gate in the next video, so stay tuned for more Super Metroid Hydellius.